All right, let's get this thing started. Hello, let's get this thing started. Another beautiful night in Delaware. Welcome to the 2025 Spring Athletic Awards Ceremony. And what a phenomenal spring it has been so far. I say that so far. Remember, crew and boys lacrosse are still competing for the red and white this weekend. So far, 45 of you were named all-conference and 2 all-state selections. Most of the sports have not finished all-state selections yet. Okay, so all results are not back in. Boys and girls lacrosse, JV and varsity soccer, boys and girls tennis, all posted competitive winning seasons. Girls lacrosse and soccer both made the Elite 8 of the state tournament. Boys lacrosse are currently in the Elite 8 up till this weekend. Boys tennis last night finished 2nd in the state. That's hot off the press. And Porter Reed and Kent Como are officially state champs. A massive thank you to all the athletes who made this all possible. I also make sure I extend my gratitude for how well you show up for each other. Case in point, last night. What a horrible night to be out there in the middle of May, and you were out there supporting your peers. It means a lot. As a competitor, you notice, and you appreciate playing in front of your peers and other members of the SAS community. Do not take it for granted, okay? Do not take it for granted that people show up to watch you play. It's a choice, okay? And I can't think of many schools where faculty and staff show up in their droves to watch you play, where the head and associate head of school and the CFO all show up on a 50-degree night in pouring rain. It doesn't happen everywhere. So thank you. I'd like to celebrate all our coaches that are in the room who work so hard to give you the best experience possible. Our coaching staff is the best, and we're all lucky to have them here at St. Andrews. They are knowledgeable, inspirational, and above all else, they care about you, the student athlete. Thank you, coaches. Extreme gratitude to Al, Justice, and Bella for their taking care of the athletes, and Mr. Prescott for his non-stop work behind the scenes. Give him a hand. Thanks also to our dedicated communications team, the grounds crew that make the fields as beautiful as they are, and everybody else that takes pride in the athletics programs here. Now, as I started this fall, here are some of my favorites from the spring. I gotta be honest, it's tough. Remember, they're my favorites, okay? So I don't need your opinions, they're my favorites. So don't start tweeting and Xing me on that. So first one, not in any order. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed the boys' lax win against Friends on Arts Weekend 7-3. Remember, they are not our friends. The baseball team's refusal to believe they are ever defeated in a game until literally the last pitch. Massive one-run victories, I couldn't separate them. Massive one-run victories at home against Tatnall, Sanford, and First State. Epic games and extremely well supported by our peers and our other athletes. Thank you, baseball team. Girls lacrosse game, not the 2-day playoff win, but the 10-9 home win against Sanford. They beat us early in the year, and we came back and beat them 10-9 at home with a great crowd watching. Girls soccer playoff win against Wilmington Christian, the great Bridget Daly getting the game winner. Girls tennis, epic 3-hour match versus Ursuline. They won 3-2. Emma Hunter closing out the victory. Last night's doubles team of Reed and Como, 1 set each. and then won the third set 6-4 to be state champions. And lastly, one of my favorite experiences here in St. Andrews, and I've been in 3 years, to go out on the launch. When the boys 1V were going against Chaminade, St. Albans, McCallie, Walt Whitman, and of course Lawrenceville. And I can still see the smiles on their faces when they cross the finish line in first place, so great job. Please enjoy the evening. If your name is called, use the steps to this side and walk across the stage. That would be really helpful. Without further ado, Coach Edmonds.
All right. I want to start by offering a number of thank yous, starting with Mr. C for putting me first on the program tonight. That means I get to say all of my thank yous without feeling like I'm repeating what everyone else has already said. But in all seriousness, thank you to Mr. C and especially to Mr. Prescott for their tireless support of the baseball program. Thank you to Coach Wood and his team for taking care of our bumps and bruises. Thank you to Mr. Brazelton and his team for countless hours of work to provide us with one of the best playing surfaces in the state. Thanks also to our managers this season, Isa Hernandez and Jules Kleeken. When they first approached me about managing, I asked, how much do you know about baseball? And they said, we're willing to learn. And learn they did, maybe more than they wanted to sometimes. I hope they also had some fun along the way. Finally, thank you to my assistant coaches. Thank you for your hard work and your cheerful spirit, your critical feedback when I was too positive, and your positivity when I was too critical. As we came into this season, my goal for this team was to get better at competing. In the past, we have sometimes had a tendency to let the scoreboard dictate our level of energy and effort. Like many coaches, I preach the cliche of controlling the controllables, but there are too many variables in a baseball game for us to really control the outcome. The other team, for one, but also the umpires, the weather, you name it. But you can absolutely control your effort, your attitude, your willingness to compete, and those things should not change based on what the scoreboard says. This team may be more than any team I've ever been a part of. Embrace that. We finished the year with 9 games decided by either 1 or 2 runs, and 5 of our 10 losses were by a combined total of 7 runs. Although we all wish the outcome had gone our way in a few more games, I will always remember this team for its toughness and its competitive spirit, to say nothing of its energetic dugout chants. Now on to the awards. Without this first award winner, we would be in real trouble. I would certainly be in trouble. We talk a lot in our program about our 4 core commitments: character, connection, craft, and courage, and this person embodies these in spades. But they're not just visible to those of us who share the field with him every day. They are visible to everyone who comes into contact with him. He has been part of the baseball program at St. Andrews for, I think, 25 years now, and he's probably going to kill me for recognizing him publicly in this way, but I'm very pleased to announce that Coach David Miller was selected as this year's DISC Conference Assistant Coach of the Year. For Most Improved Player, it's come to my attention that Most Improved Player is an award that comes with a little baggage. So let me say a couple of things. Baseball is a skill sport. It's true, we don't run a lot. But try to hit a baseball coming in at 85 miles an hour. Try to catch a ball falling from 200 feet in the sky while you're on a dead sprint, and see how that works out for you. Here's my point. For people who don't start playing baseball when they're young, the learning curve is steep. But about halfway through this season, I said to the other coaches about this player, he's getting better as a baseball player, but he might just be the best learner I've ever been around. I firmly believe that this young man, given enough time, is capable of doing just about anything he puts his mind to. Our most improved player, once again, is Richard Zhu. Our Rookie of the Year this season goes to a player who, to paraphrase the great baseball fan Teddy Roosevelt, speaks softly but carries a big bat. As a freshman, he hit in the heart of our batting order all year long and was in the top 5 in several offensive categories. He also contributed some strong innings on the mound, and his future in our program is bright. I was looking for him a little while ago and I didn't see him, so I'm hoping he's here. Our Rookie of the Year is Paxton Wang. Last year, I said there were several people who could have won our MVP award. This year, it was a less difficult decision. In 49 innings pitched, he had 55 strikeouts and only 14 walks. But more importantly, he embraced the challenge from Profe and me to pitch more efficiently and stop trying to strike everyone out all the time. In spite of challenging circumstances, he got much better at maintaining his composure and kept the team in a number of very close ball games throughout the season. He was also our most consistent hitter at the plate, leading the team in hits and extra base hits and tied for the lead in runs batted in. He worked incredibly hard in the offseason to prepare for this spring, and it paid off. This year's MVP is Toby Nix. Last but not least, our Coaches Award goes to 2 players who have dealt with a lot of adversity on the baseball field, but who complement each other well, and together have had a transformative impact on our program. One was our sure and steady leader whose cool head prevailed in tough times. The other was our spark plug, our emotional leader. Together, they have been our heart and our soul. I had a little trouble tracking down this exact number, but to the best of my knowledge, they have each played in 68 of the 70 games, at least 68 of the 70 games, during the course of their 4 years here. Needless to say, their absence will be felt next year in terms of their play on the field for sure, but even more so in terms of their leadership. Our Coaches Award winners are Jack Myers and Ray Quinones.
So each year, we host 4 major regattas on Knoxontown Pond before traveling to 3 championship regattas in May. These early races are often difficult, as we've only been rowing for a few weeks, while our competitors have been rowing year-round. But this year, things were different. In the opening regatta, the 1V, 2V, and freshman 8s all swept the field, taking commanding first-place victories to open the season. This set the tone for the racing that would follow. This past Friday, we traveled as a program to the Stotesbury Regatta to compete in the largest high school rowing event in the country. And although weather canceled this final on Saturday, our Friday time trial was one of the best collective finishes in our program's recent decades. The 1V was 6th, the 2V was 5th, the 3V 23rd, and the freshmen were 4th. Had the finals not been canceled Saturday morning, 3 of our 4 boats would have qualified for the final. And tomorrow, the 1V, 2V, and freshman 8 make their way to the Cooper River in New Jersey to compete one last time at Scholastic Nationals. And so before I get to our awards, I would first like to acknowledge a few of the people that made this season possible. Coach Myers and Coach Gilhaney led our JV and freshman boats all season. They served as constant support in the boathouse, and without their tireless efforts, the team would not have seen such tremendous results program-wide. I'd like to thank Coach Doyle, former faculty member and coach at St. Andrews, who rejoined the coaching staff this spring to help me take on the role of head coach. Coach Doyle possesses some of the highest technical knowledge of rowing equipment of anyone in the country, and having his insights on a daily basis has allowed us to develop into one of the most technically proficient crews in all of Scholastic rowing. I would like to thank our manager and sometimes substitute rower, Nico Chapman. Nico collected many hours of film on the water and was the operator of our finish line timing system for each of our home regattas. Nico was also there early every day to pump water out of the launches and make sure that every coach was ready to start on time. I'd like to thank Nico for all he has done for the program this year. It has been an honor to have him in the boathouse with us. I would also like to thank Dr. Mead, whose tireless efforts to organize the Alumni Point cookouts and away regatta meals has allowed our race days to run seamlessly from start to finish. I would like to thank the facilities team for their care of our motors and the boathouse. I owe a special thanks to our engine mechanic, Mr. Jay Knight, who will retire at the end of this year. Mr. Knight has kept our launch motors running well beyond their life expectancy, and we are so thankful for the many years of service he has given to our program. And finally, I would like to thank Coach Everhart for his constant support as I took on the interim head coach role this spring. We spent many hours together, and he has shared countless seeds of wisdom as we've taken our trips to and from regattas in the trailer, and I'm so thankful for all the leadership he has provided to me this year. So now on to our awards. Our most improved award goes to an individual who has dedicated himself to the sport of rowing and seeks to improve every day. He is a strong athlete who excels in cross country and swimming due to his work ethic and grit. And this past summer, he chose to attend a rigorous multi-week rowing camp where he improved tremendously. As a result of his hard work and dedication over the past year, he improved his 2K this spring to become the second fastest in the boathouse, and he became a staple member of the 1V all season long. For his tremendous growth, I would like to present the Most Improved Award to Kaz Yamada. Thank you. All right, the Coach's Award goes to an individual who has served as a de facto coach all year. The role of the 1V coxswain is to lead not only your boat, but to serve as an example for all other coxswains in the program. Roland Bridges has done this to an exceptional degree. I learn from Roland every day. When his boat launches for a practice or a race, I never doubt that he will make the right call. He possesses an incredible ability to lead both on and off the water. Roland has helped me to understand and develop our team culture, organize and plan workouts, and he executes complicated practice plans without a fault. Roland's only challenge this year was his height. Every week he seemed to grow an inch taller, and I was in constant fear that he would one day outgrow the coxswain seat before the year ended. But I owe many of my successes as a coach to Roland's leadership this year, and I'd like to thank him for his excellence in the boathouse. And that is why I would like to present the Coach's Award to Roland Bridges. Thank you. And finally, the Warwick Crew Prize is presented to the Founders Crew MVP. This award is given in honor of William Warwick, class of 1937. It has been given to a member of the Founders Crew team every season since 1939. While this award often goes to the fastest rower in the boathouse, it also requires a commitment to team beyond oneself. Rowing requires 9 people to move collectively towards one goal, and this individual has served as a leader in the boathouse not just this year, but throughout his 4 years with the program. Will Hagberg has served as team captain during the 2025 season. He possesses the fastest erg time on the team, and he is a 3-year member of the 1V. He has rowed in multiple Stotesbury finals, and he demonstrates for others what a daily commitment to excellence looks like. As I entered the head coaching role in the fall, I knew I needed buy-in from all members of the team. Will bought in without question, quickly setting the example for his peers, and this collective buy-in is what has allowed us to find such success this spring, and I am thankful to have had his leadership this year. And so I would like to present the Warwick Crew Prize to Will Hagberg.
So long was my crew speech last year that for the entire year, I've put myself on announcement probation. And this year, I've limited myself to a 1-page double-spaced speech. So buckle up, this speech is about to end. I want to start by thanking the founders, coaches, and athletes, as well as my fellow Constellation coaches, Mrs. Voigt and Miss Abney, as well as Dr. Mead, for the outstanding work and for making the Boathouse such a joyful place to work. And I want to congratulate the entire team on a strong season, from the leap the novices took at Stotesbury, to the 3V's outstanding and compelling home races, to the 1V and the 2V making the finals at Stotesbury for the 3rd year in a row. In fact, the varsity rowers are one of only 2 of the 40 programs that compete at Stotesbury to be able to claim that impressive feat of consistency over 3 years. And that's a testament to their hard work and dedication over these past seasons. On an individual front, I want to start this by welcoming the 3 captains of the Constellation Crew team to the stage: Ellie Baker, Catherine Foster, and Sarah Fisher. As I shared to those in attendance on our senior day, these 3 leaders have been instrumental in establishing a boathouse culture rooted in hard work, team over self, needless awkwardness, joy, silliness, and the pursuit of ever faster boat speed. And I appreciate all of it. Truly, thank you so much for your leadership and care this spring. And I also have 3 awards to give. The first is the Most Improved Award, and as any coach will tell you, this is often the hardest award to give, as we're in an honored position of seeing so much improvement amongst the many athletes we coach. This year I focused on improvement from last year, and this year's winner is Emma De Ramel. EDR gets annoyed when I talk about how much faster her 2K time is this year than last year, because I think I keep forgetting that it actually hasn't dropped that much this season. But I tell you, there's something different about this kid out on the water. She now seeks out competition. She runs toward the fight, and she was an encouraging presence to all out on the water. I'm thrilled that she's planning to continue to row in college. She is poised for continued growth, and she's an outstanding recipient of this year's Most Improved Award. Our MVP this year is Ellie Baker. And it's not just that she is our best rower, it's also because over 3 years in the varsity program, she has become the embodiment for dedication and excellence. She takes her work seriously and does so in a way that encourages others to come along for the journey. She makes our boats faster because of her power, but also because she inspires others to become stronger themselves. Ellie, thank you for your dedication to this program, and please accept this enormous award as a token of our thanks and admiration. Lastly, I want to welcome to the stage this year's recipient of the Coaches Award, Grace Ann Doyle. Grace Ann has served as a varsity coxswain for 3 years, and in that role, she has worked closely with me to think through all the different ways that we can best support, encourage, motivate, and set up the rowers for success. I've had the pleasure of working with outstanding coxswains in my 13 years as a crew coach, and I can attest that Grace Ann is as strong as any coxswain with whom I've worked. At every championship race, as the boats launch, I ask Grace Ann to do 2 things: push the kids hard and bring them home safe. And she does those 2 important things as well as anyone. Thank you so much for your dedication, your diligence, and your competitive fire. It's a beautiful thing to behold, and it's in this way I'm so honored to present you with this year's Coaches Award.
Good evening, everyone. I'm excited to talk about the 2025 Saints lacrosse team here for a minute or two. We've had a strong regular season, 12-3, with a playoff win earlier this week, and still more work to accomplish this week versus Tatnall on Saturday. So, first, just a few heartfelt thank yous. Simply put, Coach Al was a difference maker for us this year. His knowledge and energy created a great environment for our team in the weight room, and as we continue to build next-level commitment to excellence, he was an absolute huge resource for our guys this year. So thank you, Coach Al. Thanks also to your staff for the bumps and bruises and keeping us healthy. Thanks to our field guys for having a pristine field and not getting too ticked off about all the errant lacrosse balls. So we appreciate you guys very much. Our managers were a big part of our team this year. They contributed each day in practice, and we tasked them on game day with a significant real-time statistical data entry, a very cool initiative for us. Unfortunately, Ted was hurt and helped manage. Kaylee pitched in on game days on the clock. But Chris, Nanda, and Gray were really awesome for us all year. And Gray even ran the substitution box when Coach B was off being a newborn's daddy. So thanks to you guys. Mr. C, Many thanks for everything as well. We appreciate the big support for our program, and it's very much appreciated. And BP, you're the man. Where are you? There you go. There's a kid. Mr. Prescott, baby. So we're really pleased with the growth of our team this season from an individual and unit standpoint, both from last year to this year and over the course of the season. Our guys have dramatically improved. It's a ton of fun to watch their hard work and progress. We have a very unique combination of lacrosse first guys as well as players very new to the game, and to see those worlds collide and mesh has been awesome. Our defense particularly was excellent, so thanks in large parts to Coach Barron and Coach Dowdy. Many thanks to those two. They're both passionate coaches and bring a ton to our program, and I've really loved working with both of them. Coach D, my man, cheers. We're going to miss you big time, buddy. So thanks to those guys. I'll comment quickly on our all-disc recipients. First team, Thomas White, Liam Robinson, Sam White, Steele Malkin, and Gabriel Musa. Second team, Spencer Fairbanks and Reeve Johnson. And honorable mention, my man Kai Romaine, baby. Awards. This young man, our most improved player, is a young man who's come so far in only 2 years of really playing lacrosse. He's become a top 6 starter on offense, had 8 goals, 4 assists with 18 ground balls, and it's just a testament to his hard work. Always on the wall. Nothing starts my day better than getting to the gym and seeing him in the old gym in the mornings working on his stick work. And he's just such a great kid to coach. Great year, and his Saints lacrosse future is really bright. Liam Wilson. Our Coaches Award. We give out what we call a Stonecutter Award after many practices to reward the grind of hard work. For those of you who don't know, the Stonecutter's creed goes, when nothing seems to help, I go and look at a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, perhaps 100 times, without as much as a crack showing in it. Yet at the 101st blow, it will split in two. And I know it was not that final blow that did it, but all that had gone before. This guy, our Coaches Award winner, embraces that, and he could embodies that, and he could win that award every day. He's another guy who literally only played lacrosse for 2 years, but dominated the face-off X this season, setting the tone with ball possession, 71%. Gabriel Musa. Lastly, our most valuable player is our engine, really, in many ways. He brings such great energy and a big play, no BS mentality. Only a junior, he became our program's all-time leader in points, goals, and assists this season. Pretty incredible. He had a wonderful year with 47 goals, 28 assists, and 39 ground balls. He's a team captain, an excellent leader as well. Liam Robinson. Thanks for everyone's support this season. We're fired up for Saturday.
All right. The girls lacrosse team this season set out to compete and improve, and they delivered. For the first time since 2019, we finished with a winning record and advanced to the second round of the playoffs. Along the way, we earned 2 thrilling overtime victories, our first OT win since 2019, including our first conference win in 3 years and a dramatic 2-day playoff upset over Milford. We played as a true team with 15 different goal scorers, more than any other team in our conference. In 11 of our games, 5 or more players scored, and nearly half of our goals came from assists. This team earned respect across the conference and the state, and they're just getting started. I couldn't be prouder or more grateful to this group for putting St. Andrews girls lacrosse back on the map. Big thanks to Al Wood and his staff, to Mr. C, to the grounds crew, and to Mr. Prescott. As all the other coaches have said, none of what we do is possible without you and your jobs that you do to such a high level. Words don't do it justice, but all the same, thank you guys so much. A small but mighty team of 19 showed up for each other every day as fierce competitors and supportive friends. They battled every game, celebrated each other's wins, and left it all out in the field. I'm incredibly proud of them. I love how we organically started ending every game with shout-outs, so I have a few from the season. First, shout out to the All-Stars, Soraya, Lane, Francis, Eva, and Margot. Most of whom picked up lacrosse for the first time this season. We're one team, JV and varsity combined, which can be difficult when trying to balance intensity and fun for all, but this group really made it work. If you came to any of our games, you can 100% agree that we had the most energetic and lively sideline of any team in this state, thanks to this group. Shout out to Josephine, our rock and only goalie. Jo stepped up really big for us this season. She became the vocal leader we needed on defense. She showed up every day with determination and a big smile and ready to improve. Jo played every game, recording 83 saves, including a few really crucial saves in tight games. And lastly, shout out to our seniors, Maggie, Lindy, and Grace. Maggie showed up every day, ready to work, helping shut down tough opponents, and somehow finding time to braid about 20 hours worth of hair on game days in total. Lindy and Grace, our 2-year captains, have given more to this program than words can capture. The love and leadership you poured into this team set a new standard. You turned losing seasons into ones we can be proud of, bringing intensity, heart, and always the right amount of fun. You changed the trajectory of St. Andrews girls lacrosse, and you'll be more than missed. This season, we had 4 all-conference players. First team was Grace King and Lindy Black. Second team, Ari Marcus and Piper Langston, and honorable mention to Tana Perkins and Sophie Parlin. We have 5 team awards. The first one is Grace King led our team in goals and assists this season, bringing the fire to every game, scoring 6+ goals in several big games. Grace ends her career with 130 goals, 65 assists, a 62% shooting percentage, 70 draw controls. She steps up when we need it the most and is one of the most trusted players by her teammates. For the second year in a row, Grace King earns the offensive MVP. Lindy Black is the core of our defense. Consistent, gritty, competitive, inclusive, and a positive leader. She works her butt off and carries our team on defense. She sells out every game, swooping in for crucial interceptions, ground balls, or draw controls when we need it the most. We'll miss you a lot, Lind. For the second year in a row, Lindy is our defensive MVP. All right, our Spark Plug Award. This player's enthusiasm and competitive drive is contagious. Her communication is unmatched, she thrives off feedback, and is eager to execute the job she's given. She really embodies the spirit of Spark Plug and elevated our team's intensity this season. She's always the first to give multiple shout-outs to her teammates after a game. Our Spark Plug Award this year goes to Tatana Perkins. Okay, two more. Our most improved. This player ended the season a more perceptive, confident, and effective player, and our defense was better off for it. She's always eager to learn and proves how hard work and continuous belief pays off. She even scored a pretty sweet goal in one of our games this year. Our most improved player this year could go to many people, but this year's recipient is Brookie Berry. Okay, and lastly, our Rookie of the Year. As a ninth grader, she held herself to a high standard from day one. She puts in the extra work outside of practice, embraces feedback, and constantly looks for ways to improve. Tough, coachable, and always giving her best, she proved her dedication every step of the way. While she loves a good sidearm ripper, she stepped up early in the season to play defense when the team really needed it. No complaints, just heart. Goofy, driven, and hungry to compete, our Rookie of the Year goes to Marion Lindsay.
I actually hate public speaking, so this should be awesome for everybody. And I'm 36 years old. For those of you that don't like it now, living proof might not get better. So like everyone before me, I would just like to start off with a couple of thank yous to facilities and the grounds crew that have given us one of the best fields to play on year in and year out. I love grass, and they do a phenomenal job, and I appreciate everything they do to make sure we have that. To Mr. Prescott for all of the things you do behind the scenes, for providing for us for all season long. Mrs. Hansel and Mrs. Wright for organizing our spirit buses yesterday. I know that is no small task, and we really appreciate everything that they do behind the scenes, and all of you as well being there to support us. Mr. Wood and all of his athletic trainers, everything you have done this season to keep us healthy, to bring us back from injury after injury after injury. And still being able to get the girls back on the field to be able to have the season that we did. To Mr. C, for everything you have done all year long as well. You've been such a great mentor to me, helping me through a lot of things in my first year, and I really appreciate everything you have done and everything that you put into all of our St. Andrews athletics throughout the entire year. To our managers, Camillo and Gray Vieg, you two have brought a lot of fun and energy to practice and game day. And I can't thank you both enough for everything that you've done for the team. You have provided so many fun things. I'm going to try not to cry. I don't know why I'm so emotional these days. Don't have children. That's what they do to you. You guys have just been such a joy to have throughout the entire season. And everything you did, both on and off the field, even at times when it was distracting the entire team while we were trying to coach. But thank you both for everything. And to Phil and Ben, I can't thank you both enough for everything you brought to the team this year. You both challenged myself and the team in the best possible ways, and we were able to achieve the things that we did this year because of your guidance and expertise. I could go on and on about everything that you guys did for the team this year, but I was told to keep it brief, so I'm going to attempt to keep doing that. Last year, when Mr. Carroll announced that he was leaving the school, it took me all of a couple hours to know that I wanted to take over the girls program. It took me a couple more weeks to build up the courage to tell Mr. C that, but eventually I got there. I wanted to take over the girls program because we'd been teaching and building for years in hopes that we would get the program to a point of continued success. Last year, the team was able to accomplish some big things by the end of the year, and this season was no different. We started our season not quite on the foot we would have hoped. Although we had 14 of 20 players returning from the previous year, our first 2 games had 7 of 11 starters that had either never started a game for us or never played significant minutes. It was the rebuilding year I hadn't expected. However, I quickly learned it wasn't a rebuilding year, but rather a finding our identity year. We needed players to fill new roles, temper expectations, and learn how this group fit together. Our 3rd game of the season was our first win against a very good opponent, and that helped boost our confidence and show that this team had the ability to have their own special year. And that is exactly what they did. We finished the regular season at 10-5. We had 7 shutouts. We went 7-1 in conference play, and for the first time in school history, we were co-disc champions. We set the goal at the beginning of the season to be conference champs, and I couldn't be prouder of the grit and determination shown by the team to get some of those wins, even when we weren't always playing our best. We followed that up with our first ever first-round state playoff tournament win against a team that we had lost to twice during the regular season. And yes, that was our first-round state playoff win because last year we had a bye. But unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. Last night, the team showed what truly being a Saint is. Hard work, grit, determination. Everything was on full display last night in the quarterfinal match to the #1 seed in the state tournament. All season long, the team worked hard, finding their identity, figuring out where they fit into the history of the St. Andrews soccer. Our senior class did a tremendous job all year long, being leaders on and off the field. They led by example. They supported everyone when they needed it most, and they certainly left this program better than they found it. A bar was set for this program to be competitive and stay competitive. And this team fought to the end to ensure that continues year after year. It was truly an honor to coach this team in my first year, and I can't thank you all enough for making year 1 a season I will never forget. And now on to the awards. We only have 3. So our first award, this player finished the season with 5 goals and 8 assists. She not only created chances for herself, but also for her teammates on countless occasions. She was a new student last year, so she was able to get away with a lot of things that other teams were unaware of her being on the field. This year, she had to work twice as hard for everything that she could accomplish on the field, most times considering she was double-teamed and triple-teamed, yet still found a lot of success. This year's MVP goes to Tanner Caldwell. She's not here. Most improved. Like everybody else that has stepped up here before me, this was honestly the hardest decision for me to make, for our coaching staff to make, because a lot of players were very much deserving of this award. I lost my spot. We had several players because they were put in position, and this was because we had a lot of players that have never played in positions that we had put them in the beginning of the season, but yet grew immensely into dominant forces like they had been playing those positions their whole careers. This particular player joined our team her sophomore year, having virtually a non-existent soccer background. Through asking questions, like what does offsides mean in the middle of a game her first year with us, she may not remember that, watching and learning, this player went from an attacking player to us trying her as an outside back during preseason and finding the missing piece in our back line. I watched this player grow from someone who never played defense at the beginning of the season to a player who put in tough tackles, never gave up on any play, learned to read the game and attacker so well, and become one of the most improved players in my time so far at St. Andrews, not only in the season, but in their career. With that being said, our most improved award goes to Ember Tiki. Our last award is the Coach's Award. The recipient of this award is a player who, for the last 4 years, I could always depend on. This is another award that could have gone to multiple people. But in this case, if we needed a ball person, she would step up and do it. If equipment needed to be picked up after practice, I never needed to wonder if she was helping. Brownies needed to be baked during preseason for our nightly activity, she was on it. Last minute change to the starting lineup and we needed to put her in as our forward, easy, scores a hat trick. Unfortunately, her season ended sooner than we would have liked due to injury, but she still showed up to practices and games, supporting the team and being a person I knew we could always count on. For all of the things you have done for this team, not just this season, but in your 4 years, our Coaches Award goes to Katie Boyer. Okay, and I'm sorry, I'm not done yet. I would also like to announce our all-conference players. This year we actually set another record. Last year we had 10 players make all-conference. This year we actually had 11. So our first team all-conference players were Tanner Caldwell, Daphne Sturgis-Moyne, Leah Horgan, Gibby Cronier, and Daphne Banfield. Second team, oh, sorry, no, yeah. Yeah, okay, great. Second team was Lila Lunsford, Catherine Mears, Josie Denny, and Aditi Parian. Honorable mention was Janie Kim and Ember Tiki. And we had 2 second-team all-state players in Tanner Caldwell and Daphne Banfield.
I want to start by reiterating the thanks that have been shared by all the other coaches, but primarily thanking Coach Cunningham for all the work that he has done to support this team and all the JV and thirds teams over the last few years. We truly appreciate the effort and care he has put into finding new teams for us to play, advocating for our needs, even when that meant fighting the other team's coaches and ADs for us, and supporting our players. I also want to thank my assistant coaches, Coach Barnett, who returned for a second season, and Coach Poyato, who I was very excited to join us this year. They were both integral to making this season a success. They loved and cared for each of the players of this team, and I'm so grateful for all the work that they've put into this season. I'm also very sad to have coached my last season with Coach Barnett. Her belief in and support of me as a coach and the goals I've had for this program have helped me grow so much in this role, and her presence, dedication, deep love, and high standards have been integral to the growth this team has seen over the last 2 years. The JV soccer team had an outstanding season this spring. First, we can measure that in statistics. Our final record was 7-2-1, the first time the JV team has had a winning record since 2010. Throughout the season, the team scored 36 goals and only let in 7, with 4 shutouts, in large part by our goalie, Angela. 10 goals were scored by Stella Reed and 17 by Eliza Berry, who had 4 hat tricks throughout the season. While all these statistics are well worth celebrating, they are not how I have measured the success of this season. This was a team that put their all into every game we played. With 2 total subs throughout the season, which occasionally fell even lower due to illness or injury, each and every player was vital to the overall success of the team. This was a team with tremendous skill, speed, endurance, heart, and grit. They supported each other on and off the field and celebrated their teammates' successes, put the needs of the team over their own, and fought until the last whistle in every game. Not only that, but despite their successes throughout the season, they pushed themselves to always get better, which resulted in our final game being our best of the season. All of this made it very hard to choose one MVP and MIP for the season because every single person made big improvements to their skills and confidence, and every single person contributed and was essential to our success. Our most improved player this season is Michaela Gallimore. Michaela came into the season as the only person to have not played soccer before. By the second game, you couldn't tell. She improved so quickly and significantly that I would at times forget that she might not know what the phrase I was using might mean, or how to play a new position if I threw her in somewhere else on the field. Michaela showed up to every practice, warm-up, and game eager to try her best and improve, and contributed in huge ways to the culture of the team this year, pushing her teammates to try their hardest as well. Congratulations, Michaela. Our most valuable player this season is Carrie Phillips. Along with being one of our co-captains, Carrie was someone who left it all on the field every single game. Her experience on the team and with the sport helped our new players find their footing, and she set the tone with her aggressive play in our scrimmages and games, encouraging everyone else to match her. Primarily playing as a center back, she was integral to our defense. She consistently shut down attacking opportunities, covered for her teammates if they got beat, and sprinted around the field all game, every game, filling in gaps and building up plays from the back line, even occasionally taking the ball all the way up the field herself to make a shot. Carrie's strong play and deep care for the sport made her the MVP for this season.
All right. First, I'd like to thank Neil, Al, and Bryce for their support during our season and ensuring that we had the resources, the players, and the equipment needed to be competitive. In addition, I would also like to thank Coach Hoops for his work with the boys doubles teams, Dr. Hyde and Coach Finch for their support to the JV program. In summary, it was an interesting spring and even a crazier end to the season. As all of you know, our arch rival is Tower Hill. However, in tennis for the last 5 years, they have consistently beaten us in the state tournament. Thus, there's an expression that I heard many years back that always stuck with me, which is there's not much of a rivalry if you've had little to no success against a team that you can point to. Our team was sick of losing to Tower Hill. We don't like them and never will. However, this year we were hopeful after we qualified every one of our teams on Tuesday for the semifinals. Unfortunately, second doubles and third singles lost 3-set matches to Cesar Rodney and Wilmington Charter. And Alvin put up a great fight at first singles, and Ian, well, there's not much Ian can do with a broken neck that was not fully healed. That being said, Tower Hill advanced 3 different teams to the finals, and one of their teams would face us at first doubles. I won't rehash the game, but the first doubles match was the last match to end the tournament, and it went 3 sets. With everyone in attendance looking on, our first doubles team outlasted Tower Hill in order to win the first doubles state championship and bring home the medal. However, the best thing about yesterday was the fact that all the other Tower Hill teams lost in the finals. Thus, Tower Hill ended the tournament not winning any medals, and even better, they didn't take home a trophy. Instead, we took the runner-up team trophy award with our victory at first doubles. Now, I got to say their coach was a good sport and congratulated our team, but he did say with a smile on his face, "We will see you next year at St. Andrews." We smiled back, but we weren't concerned at that veiled threat, because with medals around our players' necks and a trophy in our hands, as the old adage goes, it's not much of a rivalry, Tower Hill, if you have nothing to point to as proof of your success. So with that said, our awards are going to be brief, but let me first start with all conference awards. Will these individuals please stand? For second team all conference, Alvin Shea, Emmanuel Levine, Porter Reed, and Kent Como. An honorable mention, Lucas Sturgis, Chris Hunter, and Bradley Cook. So first, I'd like to do the JV awards. The JV tennis MVP was a new player to the team who quickly rose to be part of the team's doubles team, top doubles team. He greatly improved his serve and finished the year with a strong match against Tower Hill. This goes to Duncan Pyle. The second JV award is for Most Improved Award. This goes to a player who's progressed so much that we had to kick her off the team and move her up to varsity. She promises to be an integral part of the squad next year. This award goes to Enid Appia. Our most improved player this year was a person that was our second doubles champion, or as it was. The JV Coaches Award goes to a player who routinely stayed after practice to hone his strokes or practice his serve. He made the most of every drill and was an inspiration to all the players. This award goes to Ronit Goyal. For the Varsity Awards, our most improved player this year was a person that was our second doubles champion last year and jumped all the way up to #1 singles and finished as the third best player this year in the state of Delaware. This award goes to Alvin Shea. And the last award, our most valuable player, goes to the individual who has collected the most hardware on this team with his back-to-back state championships, our leader and our captain, Porter Reed.
So Constellation Varsity Tennis had a fantastic season this year. We had a winning record of 9-4. And in looking back over that record, we had some incredibly tough and hard-fought matches. I actually went back and counted how many tiebreakers we played as a team. Tiebreakers don't happen every match. They only happen in very dramatic, hard-fought matches. We played over 15 as a team and won 12 of them. That to me says that even in the incredibly close, sort of pressure-filled matches, people fought until the very end and triumphed. So that is amazing. Thank you. A couple of other highlights. Both of our doubles teams made it to the quarterfinals of the state tournament. And almost our entire lineup ended up being second team in the conference. So that would be Pope at first singles, Nell at third singles, Greta and Penelope at first doubles, and Sadie and Kendall at second doubles. And then Emma Hunter was honorable mention at second singles. I want to thank all of the players for an incredible season, and in particular, Coach Gabe Perla and Coach Chelsea Needler for all of your work, your inspiration, and your love for this sport. So now for the awards. The MVP goes to Daisy Wang. That's right. Daisy won her matches subbing in for injured teammates both at third singles and a pretty long streak at second doubles. She showed tremendous support for her partner. She showed commitment to advancing her skills like poaching. Is that right? And she has the best possible attitude that a player can have. She is a tennis player to the core. Congratulations. The most improved goes to Kendall Irvin. So Kendall experienced a couple of bumps in our preseason, but came back with a positive attitude and total commitment to our team. She showed complete willingness to work as a doubles partner with both Sadie and with Daisy, and she actually helped me recruit new 9th grade students to our team. So thank you for that, Kendall. Okay, and now for the Coaches Award. The Coaches Award goes to Emma Hunter, who Emma was not only one of the senior captains of our team, she was the first to arrive at practice, and she was also the last to leave, even beyond myself often. And she was also the first to ask people on the team how they were doing. So this is very well deserved.
Finally, thanks for staying till the end. This is, I'm talking to the seniors here. You guys here, and I see some at the top. Thank you. Thank you for individually and collectively helping to shift the athletic culture here at St. Andrews. I owe you. I owe you a great debt. We owe you a great debt. You were open to change. You supported and challenged each other. Your behavior on and off the field is impeccable, and you have truly shown the state of Delaware that the Saints know how to compete, and we will not quit, baby. Thank you.